Morgellons disease. Google it, and you won't believe it. And anyway, so Cliff got up and started his presentation, and probably the biggest thing that came out of it for me was that this military operation that we're seeing has a military objective. And there are two parts of it. One is the government has a stated objective, and you can Google this also. We want to own the weather by the year 2025. Own the weather by the year 2025 because it's a military option. If you can control who's getting rain and who's not getting rain, you can control who's getting food and not getting food. That's number one. Number two.
Weather war.
What?
Weather war.
Weather war, sure. And number two is these chemtrails have effectively, and this is according to a scientist who studied this very carefully, Cliff Carnicon. There is a plasma membrane that now sits in our atmosphere at about 35,000 feet. So this is not something that's coming. It's not something that is an experiment. It's a program that's in play and has been in play for a very long time. Why is the plasma membrane there? Well, I don't know if you've heard of the HARP program, but it's a series of antennas. We have a facility in Alaska. There are facilities in other parts of the world. And these facilities, these antennas can focus a low-frequency wave, a radio wave, that bounces off of this plasma membrane, and they can hit almost any target with pinpoint accuracy. They can cause earthquakes, they can cause tornadoes, they can do all kinds of amazing things. And they've been doing it. So I just wanted you to, if you think this is some kind of a fantasy, it's not. It's really happening. It's no longer an experiment. As Nico mentioned, the law that allows this is on our website, noasskywatch.com, for Northern Arizona Skywatch.com.
Org.
And,
Org.
Oh, .org. I'm sorry. I knew that. Anyway, and that law is there. Basically what it says is that no agency of the government, no private institution, etc., shall dump or spray aerosols into the atmosphere that might be hazardous to human health. And then if you look at Section B under that law, it says the following exceptions apply. If it's for an experiment, if it's for some scientific research, then Part A doesn't apply anymore. And then Part C basically says that even if they do the experiment, they must obtain public acceptance in some way. So what they do, they have what is called implied acceptance. In other words, they publish their intentions in some remote government document that the public never sees. And if we don't respond with some kind of an objection or a lawsuit or something within 30 or 60 days, whatever the published time is, then we've given our consent through implication. So that's the law. We also have several other legal documents on our website that will clearly show you the trail. They will show you the government hearings on the subcommittee on science and engineering. There's a series of 3 of them that we have on our website. You'll actually see these congressmen talking about this like they're talking about playing golf at the country club or something like that. It's noasskywatch.org. We have the same. This is, by the way, this is just not the United States. We actually have a sister country who is doing this with us, which is the United Kingdom. All right, so this is really being done in coordination between the United Kingdom and their parliament and our government and our legislators. They're actually working together. And their initiatives, their legislation, their policies actually roll up into the highest levels of the various security agencies. I can't even remember all the different, alphabet organizations anymore. And then the UK has a similar kind of structure, and then those structures roll up into the UN under Agenda, what's the agenda? 21? Agenda 21. So Agenda 21 has an initiative that they're trying to put around and actually get a vote to allow them to make policy on geoengineering. So you got to watch out for that one and make sure they don't get that power. That hasn't happened yet, but it's in process. Okay. So let me, that's about it. I had my hair analyzed. I had high levels of aluminum. You can't get a barium and strontium test unless you specifically find a laboratory, that will do that. But aluminum, barium, and strontium are the main signature of chemtrails.
David from Chocolatry, gotta mention this. He said he goes to Chicago. He lives there. He said they're bombing or spraying this town of Sedona as much as they're doing the whole city of Chicago.
Why?
He said he owns a hospital, from what I understand. 2 points. He owns a hospital, and after they spray, then they do a little research in the local hospitals and see how many people have checked in. They did that to my young wife. Out of nowhere, somebody, instead of the hospital, calls up, "Oh, we hear you have asthma. How is your condition now?" We're in a strange way asking it. Real suspicious. So he said they know there's a lot of higher consciousness people here in Sedona. Raise your hand, higher consciousness people. And they're after you. They're especially after this place.
Do we have any closing comments? Are there any other researchers out there, sky watchers? For example, I just met Ann Crossland over here, partners with Paul at the northern-arizona-skywatch.org. Is there anybody else who is seriously watching that would like to make some comments?
Was there a lawyer? Do we have any lawyers here tonight? Anybody? Do we have anybody that you want to go on this plane with Bruce Willis and go after him? You have to pay part. Oh, look at you guys. Do you have the money? We want your name. I'll put you in touch with David at Chocolatry, and you guys can work it out.
Do we have any closing questions or comments from anyone? Come on up. Come on up.
We have till 7 o'clock. So, and there's a lot of cookies outside.
And the cookies are fabulous.
They will immunize you from chemtrails for at least 8 days.
Oh, okay. Hi, my name's Tina, and I've been watching the chemtrails for a long time, and friends of mine have done extensive research, and so we all kind of know the score that it's not healthy for us. But I've noticed something too, and I just wanted to share this, that when they're spraying really heavily, of course, I don't go hiking out in it anymore. I tried that a few times. I'm like, I won't be doing that again. And I just try to stay as conscious as I can and not get my system all revved up, because I just try to keep my breathing. I just try to stay indoors, basically, and stay kind of cool and calm. And that helps. But also what I've noticed is spraying, the real heavy spraying, I notice that it affects my hormones. It's like I get hot flashes, like your skin gets real dry, because all the moisture is being kind of sucked out. But I notice I'm just getting really, really like warm, and it's only when they're spraying. So I just wanted to put that out there, that if people are having some hormonal, I'm way past, I'm way past. No, skin doesn't itch, but I just notice I just get weird hot flashes that are very unusual. So I just wanted to make an awareness of that. And here's something that will help.
Walmart.
You do too? Yeah, and it's just, at first I thought, oh, maybe I had sugar, and I'm like, no, I didn't. And even besides these, even the little paper respirators from Walmart, they're like, $7 for 3 of them, and that seems to help. The little particulates, if you don't want to be wearing, driving down the street. But these are great. Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you.